I just think that it's time to take a big overall look and maybe go with an official in a booth who can contribute just as the officials on the field do.
But in essence, we are then reviewing that call.
We are.
And look, and nobody wants the outcome that occurred yesterday. We want to get those calls right. So that's your baseline. That's where you start. Okay, how do we get those plays right if the human element is going to allow for mistakes? Then it goes to the technology, but it has to be, at least in my opinion, it has to be limited. And again, because all you're doing is replacing one person's judgment with another. And for every Roby Coleman PI that's fixable in replay, there are going to be some that are not as obvious, right? There are going to be some that are going to be, we're sitting there and we're debating, and we can throw 20 pass interference calls up and get 50-50 on a lot of them.
Technology is getting better, and really the officiating's not. So maybe is it time that I focus on the right camera? And then I'll stay with this one here. I'm just not used to being here.
Technology is getting better, and the human beings are not.
Yeah. So I do think that, it is time to look beyond where we are and make sure that we can correct some big mistakes. And it's like, for example, they've got to talk about illegal use of the helmet. I mean, we missed so many of those this year that were blatant, that were flagrant, and they're hard to call.
Sure.
And if we're really interested about player safety, I mean, hey, college with their targeting rule, they can call it from the booth. They can take it off from the booth. I think we're going to have to suck it up and realize that we may have to expand replay.
And one other call from that game where people felt that a call was missed was a potential face mask on Goff when he scrambled out of the pocket. I didn't think that was a face mask. I thought that was more of the old 5-yard incidental face mask. There really wasn't a grab and a twist and a pull, and I thought that was a good no call in that situation.
Yeah, there were other plays. You talk about there was a missed DPI earlier in the game.
Yeah, Roby Coleman earlier in the game.
And the thing is, and you talked about it a little bit earlier too. The mentality of let them play does sneak into the playoffs. And they're not told. At least I never told them. I doubt you did. You never told them, hey, make them big, let's,
Sure.
You don't say that. You don't say let them play, but I do think subconsciously when you get into those things, and then you maybe lull yourself into a sense of complacency.
There's no question. There's no question. You watch that game and they were letting them play. There's no question. But then I used a different term yesterday, but it really impacted the game later when you had to step up and make those calls, and they didn't. So I think that was part of it.
Watch Mike Pereira and Dean Blandino every Monday afternoon on Last Call, presented by Microsoft Surface, right here at NFL on Fox.